Buenos fucking dias, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. And you know what? Man, this video, I'll probably be covering a couple things. Some other things might pop into my mind. You never know. But one thing I do want to talk about is these mayors and Congress folk, or, leaders of these fucked up cities around the country. Chicago, Baltimore, to name probably the top two. Because Elijah Cummings attacked President Trump. He said, and he's joining this chorus of fucking morons blaming the president's rhetoric for these mass shootings. So fucking stupid. But Elijah Cummings was saying, the president, his racist language and rhetoric and the things he said have set the tone and set the climate for these mass shootings. Then you got that fucking idiot, Mayor Lightfoot of Chicago. Is it me or does she look like that little character Sid from Ice Age with the bug eyes all far apart and shit? I don't know, maybe it's just me. But old Sid in Chicago is attacking Ivanka Trump over a tweet. So I'm thinking to myself, well, the streets must be cleaned up. The violence must be over with, stopped, done. Schools must be performing at a high level. All the trash has been removed. The single parent home rate has dropped. All of those homeless children have found homes. All of those hungry children have found food. All the unemployed people have found jobs. Because you guys are focusing on something that has nothing to do with your constituents, so they must be taken care of. Their lives must be perfect. They must be having Leave It to Beaver style lives. Dad come home from work, slippers are ready, a little cob pipe, a high back chair. Mom comes out in a nice little skirt, an apron, pearl necklace. What can I get for you, Ward? The children are at the table doing their homework silently. Birds chirping, white picket fences, and a fucking golden retriever. Because you guys are focusing way too much energy on the president and his daughter. Ivanka Trump sent a tweet saying, we've experienced some mass shootings, in Dayton and El Paso, but let's not forget the loss of life we had in Chicago, where 52 fucking people were shot in a weekend, and 7 were killed. So this fucking bug-eyed dummy comes out and says, actually, Ivanka, and I'm sorry, another thing. Ivanka said, so 52 were shot and 7 were killed at a playground. So this dumbass comes out and says, well, actually, Ivanka, it wasn't a playground, it was a park. Well, who gives a shit? Now you're just splitting hairs, you dummy. Who gives a shit if it was a park, a playground, a theme park? That's not the point. The point is, there were a shitload of people shot and murdered in your fucking city at one time. She was merely shining a light, saying, let's make sure we give attention to all of these mass shootings in the inner cities. Who's the last person of note to bring attention to all the mass shootings that go on in the inner city? Who? Then you got Elijah Cummings, fake crocodile tear ass, getting all choked up, talking about President Trump being responsible for these mass shootings. How the fuck is that? If he's responsible for the mass shootings, what are you responsible for? With your rhetoric and your racist language. What are you responsible for? You literally have piles of garbage and rats in your streets. Dead fucking people. They just eclipsed 200 homicides for the year. What month are we in? What do you want to put the over under at? 315 murders for the year for Baltimore? But you're talking about what the president is saying? What are you doing? Nothing. You're on fucking vacation right now. These rat bastards, their cities are burning. And they're on vacation. You mean to tell me none of you are going to say, you know what, man? Let me go ahead and stay here and put in a little overtime. Let me put in a little OT. Of course you're not going to fucking do that because you don't care. You're overpaid, corrupt, stuffed suits. Empty suits. And if you're a stuffed suit, we know what you're stuffed full of. Bullshit. 7 fucking people murdered at one time in your city, and you got the nerve to say, well, actually, it was a park, not a playground. Who gives a fuck? And then she goes on to say, well, it would have been nice if you contacted us to see what's really going on. Anybody with a functioning Google account can see what's going on. Death, murder, poverty, and despair. That's what's going on. And you did nothing to change it, Mayor Lightfoot. Nothing. How people of Chicago and people of Baltimore, hear me. How does this go on? How many candlelight vigils do you need to go to? How many t-shirts airbrushed with little so-and-so on it do you need to have? Why do these people keep getting re-elected? The mayor of Chicago took you from shitty to shittier. Elijah Cummings, Baltimore has been shit since 1996, since you stepped into office. And then he says, oh, I wish Trump would come visit. I would love for him to come visit. We can do a walkthrough. I'll be with him for hours. I'll take you over to this harbor, the richest of the rich, and that place, the richest of the rich, and the poorest of the poor. We've seen the poorest of the poor, Elijah. That's what got us focused on your fucked up city in the first place. We've seen the poorest of the poor. I've had people hit me up in the comment sections, man. I live in Baltimore, born and raised. Everything Trump said is true. Man, he's right. I love my city, but he's right. So everybody seems to know that, but you. I don't see how you get away with focusing on shit that has nothing to do with your city. That's all fucked up. Somebody please help me understand. How do you get away with that? I can't show up to my job and not do my job for 10 years and still have a job. Every 6 months at my job, you get a review. If you did your job, you get a raise. If you didn't get your job, you don't get one. You got 3 times to miss a raise. And then guess what? You're fucking out of here. You're gone. Period. And I'm willing to bet I make a lot less than $174,000 a year. It doesn't make sense. People elect these fools. They go back and say, okay, the last 4 years, poverty, check. Murder, check. Trash, check. Rodents, check. A dismal outlook on life, check. Too many fucking out-of-wedlock births, check. 50% of young women reporting a pregnancy, check. Neighborhoods with 51% unemployment, check. All right, where's that ballot? Where's that booth? They did a great job for the last 4 years. Let's give them another go-round. I don't understand. Everybody in these cities can't be that fucking stupid, but obviously there's more stupid people than smart people. Because you keep re-electing dummy after dummy. They must like getting fucked. Do they even spit on it anymore? Do they even buy you dinner and flowers and tell you you're pretty before they fuck you? No. You don't even require that in the beginning, of course. I'm sure in 1996, Elijah Cummings was bringing home roses and champagne, telling you how pretty you are, how much he's been thinking about you all day. Now, he just comes home, kicks his feet up on the table, and demands a cold beer and a hot meal, and you better shut the fuck up. And that seems to be okay. Because time after time, what did Cyndi Lauper tell us? Time after time, you keep putting these fucking turds back in office. I don't get it. Why are the people in these cities not clamoring for new leaders? Why are they not shouting from the rooftops? Shut your mouth and do your job. I just lost my son. I just lost my job. A fucking rat bit me in my backyard. Do your job. Don't worry about the damn president. He's doing a better job than you. I bet his approval numbers are better than yours. Do you really want to pair lists of accomplishments since 1996? Let's see what you've done, Elijah. You fucking scumbag. The children at the border. We have children sitting in their feces. You know what the children in Baltimore are sitting in? One of them was sitting in a car with her ghetto-ass mama, her ghetto piece-of-shit-ass mom, and her mom's ghetto piece-of-shit-ass boyfriend. She got shot in her head where she was sitting. Where would you rather be, Elijah? You'd rather be wrapped up in a foil blanket, sitting on the pavement, and your ass shouldn't be there in the first place? Or do you want to be sitting on a slab in the morgue because your ghetto-ass mama caused you to get a bullet through your fucking forehead? Man, get out of here with that shit. How do these people stay in power? I don't understand. If you hired someone to do landscaping, to cut your grass and clean up your yard, and they don't do it, instead they come to your place and chill out and listen to music, smoke weed, have a good time and leave, you're gonna keep hiring that fool? You're gonna call him back again? Of course not. So it's something so unimportant as something like that compared to something of the highest importance. Your city, your livelihood, your life. But you don't give a shit about that. Let Domino's Pizza deliver a cold pizza. You'll never call them again. Let some mayor allow 52 people to be shot and 7 to be murdered at one time. She'll win by a fucking landslide. Help me make that make sense. Man, let me get up in this damn rat race. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.